From modified trucks, customized classics, just about everything in between, including, of course, dragsters, big and small. At Cordova Speedway, all of these drivers have at least one thing in common.
I love the speed. I love going fast.
Kylee Greenwood is carrying on a family tradition as she celebrates on this day her 18th birthday.
Happy birthday. What got you into this?
It's kind of a family thing. My grandpa started driving front engine dragsters and it kind of just led to my mom and then it came to me.
You're an athlete in multiple sports too, I assume? Tell me about that.
Yes, I ran track in high school. I did dance for the dance team and I just went to state for bowling this past winter.
Yeah, you heard that right. She's a multi-sport athlete and dancer. Fact is, dancing and drag racing have much more in common than you may think.
How do your skills as a dancer help you be a better driver?
I feel like my dancing has to play in where you have to have that consistency, you have to be on key, you have to be right on the music with everybody else in the group. So when it comes to driving, you have to be next to that car, but just a little bit ahead of them. So you have to make sure your consistency through every race.
What did you think the first time you got to run one of these? What was that like for you?
Oh my gosh, it was amazing. When you're testing, when you first start racing, you have to run like to the 60 foot and then the 330 and then all the way down the track. Well, I floored it the entire track. I was a little too excited to run my first time.
But you kept it on the track.
I did.
Have you ever almost taken it off the track?
I have never taken it off the track.
And you know, you learn from this too, right? The winning and losing. So you might lose a race or a round or however it's termed here, but then you get back in and go again.
Oh yeah, you definitely take some hard losses throughout the season, but there's always learning. You can always learn more. Talk to other racers, they can teach you more too. You learn from your faults, kind of.
Always learning. She's now in college, working on a triple major, law, psychology, and criminal justice, with a minor in forensic science. Her passion for drag racing makes her, well, unique.
I don't necessarily go around saying I race, but if there's like, oh, a teacher will ask like, what's something interesting about you? And I'm like, I drive race cars. Like, not a lot of people do that. So it's kind of unique in a way.
Yeah, and what do you think that you get out of this? So it's sort of a family tradition that is being passed on that you get to keep living. So it's a touch of the past going into the future with these newer cars.
Yeah, it's a lot different. My grandpa definitely, he is very interested in learning about my motor versus what he's drove in the past. And it's always a learning game. My mom didn't drive juniors. So for her, she's used to big cars. So this is also learning for her. So she's learning this too for my younger sister who will be driving later. But yeah, my whole family is learning about these cars, whether they raced them or not. And I'm learning about the cars they used to race that are different from now.
Also a bit different than back in the day when her mom may have been one of the only women out there racing. Well, that's changing too. And she's reaching out now to keep that movement fueled for those who follow in her tracks.
I think we need more females racing. So for any girls out there, I think it's a lovely sport to be in and it's very encouraging. I will encourage everybody who wants to do it and I will help and teach anybody who wants to do it, but I think all around this is a great sport that people should know about.
Sharing her experiences on social media with Greenwood Racing, any way she can get the word out about the sport she loves and take all of us along for the ride, using her tread to do a little trend setting of her own. Now giving us an up-close look. Buckle up. Months of work come down to this. Not always ending up in the winner's circle, of course, but when you do what you love, you're never just spinning your wheel. Thanks to our sponsors, Peterson Plumbing and Heating, QCA Pools and Spas, and Morrison Community Hospital.